If you had invested 1 million Kenya shillings in Arvocap Almasi fixed income fund in June 2024, that is the date of inception, then by the end of December 2024, that is the same year, you would have earned an extra 163,000 Kenya shillings. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you a review about Afocap Almasi fixed income fund, so that you can decide whether to invest in government bonds through the normal process or through the Arvocap Almasi fixed income fund. So without further ado, let's get started. So Afocap Almasi fixed income fund is a collective investment scheme that is regulated by the Capital Market Authority. And the fund manager of this fixed income fund is the Afocap Asset Managers. And Afocap got their license in the year 2023, but launched this Afocap Almasi fixed income fund in June 2024. And the main objective of this Afocap Almasi fixed income accumulation fund is to achieve capital appreciation over the long term through investment in Kenya government securities and qualifying corporate fixed income products. The Afocap Almasi fixed income accumulation fund invests without limits in government bonds and treasury bills issued by the government of Kenya. So they focus mostly on investing in government bonds and also treasury bills. So instead of going through the bureaucracies of the bidding process of government bonds, the best alternative is to invest through the Afocap Almasi fixed income fund. And the minimum investment for this fund is 100,000 Kenya shillings. Also, the minimum top-up is 100,000 Kenya shillings. And the assets under management by the end of the year 2024, that is 7 months in operation, they had 550 million Kenya shillings in management. And right now we are in 2025, so there is high probability that the assets under management has also grown. In addition to investment in government bonds and treasury bill, they also invest in qualifying fixed income products such as commercial papers and also corporate bonds. The fund is actively managed to achieve higher returns above the benchmark market yields. And the benchmark of which the returns of this fixed income fund is based on is the Kenya government 5-year bonds plus 2%. So the target of this fixed income fund is to perform above the benchmark. And let's now see the performance of this fund since the date of inception before we go ahead and discuss about the fee structures. The Afocap Almasi fixed income fund was launched in June. Since then, it has had positive returns for all the months. We don't have any negative return. So as you can see, in 2024, most of the returns per month were above 2%. For example, in June, it was 2.01%, and by the end of December, it was 2.39%. As you can see, the returns have been averaging 2 point something. Same case to 2025, we can see that it dropped a little bit to 1.9%. And also it is around 2%. So if you want to know the total return of this fund since inception, then you'll have to add up all these percentages. As you can see down here, year to date, it's 12.62%. And in the last 12 months, it has added at 22.2%. And also since inception, the return has been 28.96%, and year to date being 12.62%. So this is a good return on investment. And one thing about the Afocap Almasi fixed income fund is that there is diversification. So you are not restricted only into investing in government bonds. So that is the advantage of Afocap fixed income fund compared to just investing in government bonds. So you will be able to diversify. And let's now go into analyzing their fee structure, that is the performance fee and also management fee. And before that, let's see how they allocate their investment. So this is the fund composition and asset allocation. So they invest mainly on government securities, and their target allocation is 75%. They also invest in fixed deposit, and the target allocation is 5.7%. And they also invest in listed corporate bonds, and the target allocation is 7.5%. And lastly, they invest in unlisted securities and cash and demand deposit, all at 5%. But when you check out their fact sheet, you'll realize that they mainly invest in government bonds. For example, as by the fact sheet of December 2024, it indicates that they had invested 91% on government bonds. So you can see that they majorly invest in government bonds, followed by term deposit at 6% and cash at 2%. So you can see mostly they invest in government bonds. And let's now go into analyzing the fees, that is the charges or the expense ratios. So when it comes to investment, just like any other fund, we have something called management fee. And for Afocap Almasi fixed income fund, they charge 1% of the average assets under management, and this is chargeable annually. They also have something called initial fee, which is 0.5% of all new investment amounts. So for any deposit that you make to invest, you will be charged at 0.5%. And also remember that you will be charged a 1% management fee. And we also have something called performance fee, and this is calculated as 20% of the total annual net return above adult rate. And the adult rate for this Almasi fixed income fund is yield to maturity of the 5-year government bonds plus 2%. So if the return of the 5-year government bond is 13%, then you add 2% to it. That is the same as 200 PPS. That will be 15%. So if the net return of this fixed income fund is 20%, that is above 15%, then you will calculate 20% of the extra 5%. So that's where performance fee comes in. And that is all you need to know about Afocap Almasi fixed income fund. So if you want to learn more about this, just go to your Chrome browser and search for Afocap Almasi fixed income fund, and it will direct you to this page in your Chrome browser. After that, you can scroll there to document archive and then choose the year in which you want to check their performance, and also the month. You can select the month to be December. Then click on open, and it will give you a pop-up window where you will be able to access the fact sheet of that year. For example, November 2024. Click on view file, and it will direct you to the fact sheet. For example, this fact sheet, you'll be able to see how the fund is performing, and also the assets under management, and also the asset allocation. And finally, for you to get started, you need a minimum of 100,000 Kenya shillings. Same case to the top up is 100,000 Kenya shillings, and the custodian is NCPA Bank PLC, and trustee also is the NCPA trustee. And finally, these are Kenya shillings based collective investment scheme. So it is not a dollar based. So in case you want to invest in dollars, you can check out their dollar based investment scheme. And that's all about Afocap Almasi fixed income fund. So hope you have gained some insight about this fixed income fund. And before you invest, just do more research and also check out alternative investment schemes out there. So if you want to invest in government bonds without following the bureaucracy process of bidding for government bonds, then the alternative will be this Afocap Almasi fixed income fund. And that's all I had for today. So consider liking this video and sharing it with your friends, and also subscribe to this channel.